Melody Shari was more than just a member of the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast. She was the show's soulmate. However, as everyone is aware, power dynamics in reality TV can shift quickly, and Carlos King was going to remind everyone just who is in charge in this instance. Being one of the most well-known figures in reality TV, Carlos King is not just any producer. His performance history speaks for itself. He is renowned for his ability to strategically create TV shows that captivate viewers, such as Love and Marriage Huntsville and The Real Housewives of Atlanta. His success in the industry stems from his ability to build stars while also knowing when to change the focus if a cast member begins to exert too much control. He recognizes that TV is a machine and that no one individual is more important than the show itself. For a while, it appeared that Carlos and Melody had a good working relationship, but when Melody's brand began to grow outside of the show, things began to change. She was starting her own business and no longer relied solely on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Beyond reality TV, she was creating something with her skincare line and music career. And let's face it, a reality star may cause friction with producers if they become overly independent. Melody and production began to have a lot of disagreements. According to some insiders, Melody wasn't always in agreement with the way the show was being run. According to reports, she was unhappy with the way some plot lines were being promoted, and there were even rumors that she was upset with certain editing decisions. It can become chaotic when reality stars feel as though they are losing control of their own story. The crucial question that followed was whether Carlos King thought Melody's influence threatened him. It wouldn't be the first time a producer has had to make difficult choices when a star starts to have too much power. For a producer like Carlos, it's not how things work when a cast member starts to dictate the show's direction. He literally controls everything. He chooses the stories that are told and the framing of them. It wouldn't be shocking if tensions increased behind the scenes, if Melody was retaliating excessively. Everyone was shocked when Melody Shari abruptly retreated. But was it truly her decision, or did Carlos King have some influence behind the scenes? Let's take a look at it. Melody's role on the show changed, and fans noticed that she was less prominent than before. Her time on screen felt different, and some people even thought that the editing minimized her presence. Was there a more calculated process at work here, or was this just a natural progression? Subsequently, there were rumors of contract disputes. According to some sources, Melody and production were at odds over money control or storyline direction, among other things. Producers of reality TV have two options when a star begins to make demands: either meet their demands halfway or begin to phase them out. Carlos King has a track record of making executive decisions when celebrities grow too powerful. The dynamics shift when a cast member becomes challenging to collaborate with or begins to believe they can act independently of the production. That's what some people think happened with Melody. She was expanding beyond Love and Marriage Huntsville, and Carlos might have taken action to remind everyone who was in charge rather than letting her decide how much power she had. But before it was too late, did Melody notice the warning signs? Because they cite instances in which she appeared more aloof and circumspect in her interviewing, some fans think she did. She seemed to sense that things were changing behind the scenes. If so, was she planning to leave on her own terms, or was she being deliberately pushed out? One thing is evident regardless of perspective. This wasn't a random fallout. More significant decisions were being made behind the scenes, and the whole picture is now emerging. Some claim Melody was outplayed and the fandom was in a frenzy. The true question is, who is winning this battle, even though some people think Carlos went too far? Social media became the battlefield as soon as fans started picking sides. Carlos King received a lot of criticism for his messiness and for allegedly influencing the story behind the scenes. Critics claim that when strong personalities begin to push back too much, he tends to sideline them. Some fans think he decided to remind Melody who was in charge because he perceived her influence as a threat. They cite instances where cast members were allegedly fired from other shows he produced because they were too dominant. Supporters of Melody, on the other hand, aren't giving up. They view her as a woman who created Love and Marriage Huntsville from the ground up, only to be ignored and perhaps even taken out of the public eye. For them, this is more than just reality TV drama. It's a calculated attempt to deprive a strong Black woman who was outgrowing the show of her authority. Fans' outrage over what they perceived to be unfair treatment caused the hash team, Melody, to go viral. Many contend that the energy of Melody Love in Marriage Huntsville would be diminished without it, and some have even threatened to stop watching if she isn't treated with the deference she merits. Claims of partiality within Love and Marriage Huntsville have been circulating for some time, but the discussion doesn't end there. According to some viewers, some cast members receive better edits, others are purposefully presented in a negative manner. Carlos has been charged with favoring those who share his vision for the show and excluding those who disagree. Supporters of Melody contend that she stopped receiving as much screen time because she became unwilling to play the game on Carlos' terms, not because she was irrelevant. What does this all mean for the future of the show, then? This disruption may have far-reaching effects in the future. Will Love and Marriage Huntsville be able to function without Melody if she formally leaves? Without her, some viewers say the show won't be able to sustain the same degree of drama and interest. Others think Carlos will just move the emphasis to new plot lines and cast members, ensuring the show survives the controversy. However, one thing is clear: this is not a situation that will go away on its own. Deeper problems with power, control, and the true inner workings of reality TV have been revealed by the conflict between Carlos and Melody. That way you'll understand that you ought to have paid attention. This is where things start to get crazy, because if you thought Melody was giving up, you should reconsider, because she might actually have the last laugh. Fans are analyzing every post that Melody has made on social media as she has been leaving cryptic clues. What does it mean that she is embarking on a new chapter, as she has made clear? According to some, she is preparing for a significant new endeavor outside of Love and Marriage Huntsville, possibly even her own reality show. If she was really kicked out, there's no better way to regain control than to start something from scratch. There are also rumors that she may finally reveal some of Carlos King's personal secrets. Even though Melody has always been cautious when speaking, everything could change if she chooses to reveal the truth about what actually transpired. It's rare for reality TV producers to have their backstage activities revealed, so if Melody has receipts, this could be a game changer. Then there is the legal aspect. Some fans speculate that she may be thinking of suing Carlos or the production crew. Is it legal for her to fight back if she was evicted under dubious circumstances? Although it hasn't been confirmed, this isn't the first time a reality star has argued with a production company about creative control and contracts. Perhaps the most important question is whether Mel will pursue reality TV more seriously. Given that she already has a devoted following and has the potential to grow her brand to new heights given the correct circumstances, some industry insiders think the situation might even present her with new opportunities. One thing is certain: regardless of whether it's a brand new program, a candid interview, or an entirely different business strategy, Melody isn't finished yet, and this is by no means the end of the story. Carlos King eventually spoke up, but what did he have to say? To put it simply, there were more questions than answers. Although Carlos didn't mince words when discussing Melody's exit, his response seemed well crafted. In interviews and social media posts, he acknowledged the change in the show, but never made it clear whether Melody left voluntarily or because she was forced to. He presented it as a logical progression of Love and Marriage Huntsville, suggesting that the show was larger than any one individual. However, fans weren't persuaded. Some viewed it as traditional damage control, avoiding the actual problem while making it appear as though nothing had changed. Carlos made a point of saying that he wanted Love and Marriage Huntsville to be drama-free, but let's face it, anyone who watches reality TV knows that drama is the main attraction. His assertion that he wanted to concentrate on uplifting, positive stories infuriated his fans. After all, messy disputes, shaky alliances, and explosive confrontations are what the show is all about. Would the current version of Love and Marriage Huntsville even exist if Carlos were genuinely dedicated to avoiding drama? Some viewers think he's laying the groundwork for a significant replacement because the show needs a compelling lead character to keep viewers interested now that Melody is gone. There are already rumors circulating about who might take the lead, whether it's a new face being introduced or another cast member. In order to make it less about one dominant personality, some even theorize that Carlos might turn the attention to other couples and plot lines. But will that work, or will it backfire? Even though Carlos is trying to act calm, it's obvious that he understands how dangerous this upheaval is, and his response tells us a lot about Love and Marriage Huntsville's future. Using a well-known celebrity like Melody is important for reasons other than cast dynamics, such as ratings, fan interaction, and retaining viewers. It appears that he is well aware of the pressure to keep the show going because he is already discussing what will happen next. Is it possible for Love and Marriage Huntsville to function without her? One thing is certain, now that Melody is gone, the show will never be the same. But does that mean it's going to suffer, or is Carlos working on something even more ambitious? Most concerning is how Melody's departure will affect Love and Marriage Huntsville's ratings. She was a major contributor to the success of the show, whether you like her or not. Her personal hardships, business dealings, and heated arguments kept viewers interested. Will the show lose its spark without her? Some fans have already declared that they will no longer watch because they think her departure marks the end of the series. Which begs the question, who can take her place? Who can fill the gap? Removing Melody isn't just about adding a powerful voice, it's also about history, fan loyalty, and the natural tension that initially made the show so captivating. However, some cast members possess sufficient personality to take over. Although a new face might infuse the room with vitality, will their influence be the same? The most important question is whether Melody's absence will cause viewers to become disinterested. While some reality shows have survived the loss of important cast members, others have collapsed under the strain of change. If Love and Marriage Huntsville changes too much, devoted viewers may become disenchanted and switch to another show. However, the true wild card is whether Melody will return at all. Could she make a dramatic comeback if the show struggles without her, or if the right opportunity arises? Reality TV is unpredictable and exits aren't always final. Some people think she's really done, while others think she's just being strategic. Melody and Carlos's transformation from partners to rivals gave Destiny a surprising turn, but there's no denying that this drama is far from over because in reality TV, scandals tend to spring up around every corner. Believe me, this is just the beginning, so stay tuned.